Hello. Gonna do a review on the latest episode of The Walking Dead called Sorrowful Life, and it was a sad, very sad episode. So let's get into it. It started off with Rick, of course, talking to was he talking to Daryl? Yeah, he was telling Daryl that he had decided to give the governor Michonne, which I still don't understand why they even bothered with that storyline, because we all know, based on how they, been portraying the governor in the series, that, even if we didn't hear him say that he wasn't going to give up Michonne, that he wasn't going to just let them go if they gave up Michonne, we kind of already knew that even if they did, he was going to try to do away with prison and everything like that. So he's telling Daryl. Daryl's kind of like, okay, well, whatever you say, but it's not cool. So he didn't say it, but we knew that's what he meant to say. Anyway, so he's talking to, I think, was he talking to Herschel too? Talking to Herschel, talking to Daryl. Herschel's all upset about it, but I don't see him saying anything to stop him. Okay. But okay. So then he says, I need another person though, which of course is going to be Merle. So they go talk to Merle. And he's all looking for drugs in the mattresses and stuff like that. Okay. So, Rick gives him the rundown about what's going to go down and what he needs him to do. And, Merle's kind of like, oh, I'm that guy again, that people always come to, when they need some dirty work done. So anyway, Merle's like, well, you're going to need wire. So Rick goes off to find some wire. Other things happen in between, but you watched it, so you already know. Anyway, Rick goes to go find some wire, and then he's seeing Lori again, but this time she's pregnant, and, he's kind of like just not feeling it. Meanwhile, Merle and Michonne are over in the tombs, and they're like killing walkers. I don't know how he got her to go in the tombs with him, but in the tombs or in the tunnels, but she did. So of course he bops her aside the head, drags on it. I don't know how he got her out through the gates. Who opened the gate? Like, come on, don't wait. Who opened the gate? Who let him out? Oh, what he do? Just toss her over the fence and then he jumped over it. Anywho, they gone. Now they walking. She done woke up. I guess she's okay. And they're walking and she's all tied up in the wire and stuff. So then of course Rick decides he's not going to go through with it. He tells the group. They're all like upset about it. But now they realize that Michonne and Merle are missing. And Daryl went after him because Daryl's a tracker. And that's what he do. And he want his brother back. So, okay. So now we have Michonne and Merle walking along, and they come across, some walkers, and it was a really good scene when they found the car finally. And he was trying to hotwire the car, and the alarm goes off, and then he has Michonne kind of tied to this post, look like a motel, some like Bates Motel type situation. And he kind of wraps her around the post, and he's under the car. The alarm's going off, and now here comes the walkers, and we get to see Michonne make a couple kills, no hands, and then Merle, he does his thing, and he hotwires the car, and they jump in the car and they go. So okay, so along the way, I like the interesting comparison that Merle made when Rick came to him in the prison, and he told Rick, he was like, oh, I was a bad guy when I took Maggie and Glen to the governor, but now you're going to do the same thing I did. Interesting. He was like, ice cold, something he said. I was like, yeah, that is kind of cold, because I think what Herschel said, he said, this isn't us, and it wasn't them, and that's why he saw Lori. I really think Lori's there. Like, I don't know, I know people think it's in his head, but I really think, like, she's there in spirit, of course. So Michonne and Merle on that way. They have a nice little conversation. I figure like in this episode they kind of made peace because as we know, Merle tried to kill Michonne, way back when, and it didn't work. He actually gave it up because remember she had killed like two of the guys that Merle had took out. Well, she killed three of them, but at first she had only killed two. That the guys that Merle took with him to go kill Michonne, and she had took them down no problem. And then that one dude who was like a real like chicken dude, he was like, because at first he didn't even want to be out there, and then when he got like all hyped about it, he was like, oh, we gonna finish the job, because Merle was like, look here, they ain't worth all that. She ain't coming back to Woodbury. Let's just go. Let's just say we killed her. Go back. It's cool because I don't know about you, but I ain't gonna die. You gonna get killed. She ain't gonna kill me. So that dude said, no, we gotta finish the job. We gotta go get her. He's like, okay, and then I think he blew his brains out. Merle was like, I ain't down for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. So Merle, that's when Merle went back and told the governor that Michonne was dead and that he got attacked by zombies and stuff like that. So he actually kind of let her go before, and then this time, they were talking in the car, and I like the little thing she said, because he had remembered the number of men that he had killed since he's been, with the governor. It was 16 men. And she said, a guy who doesn't really care, a person who doesn't really care, that doesn't weigh heavy on their head, that they kill 16 people. The fact that he's keeping count is, it's not what he wanted to do. I mean, Merle was an ass, but apparently what he wasn't was a killer. He was an ass. He liked to mess people around. He liked to get in their heads. He liked to say what he wanted to say. But at the end of the day, I think up until Woodbury, up until he met the governor, he was not a killer. And I think they established that in this episode. So you kind of looked at Merle a different way because you kind of figured that wasn't nothing to Merle. Merle was just doing what he wanted to do in his real life, So, Michonne was like, the person who doesn't care, they're light as a feather. They don't have any burden to carry. So apparently you're not that bad of a guy is what she was saying. So they continue on in the car, and she's like, nobody's going to mourn your death. Not even Daryl. Daryl's a part of Rick's crew now. That's his family. Blah, 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 blah. I forget what she said that made him just forget about it and let her go. Oh, she was like, we could just go back. I don't know about you guys, but were you guys waiting for him to say, okay, now we're away from the prison, let's go kill the governor? Because remember, he had came to Michonne before and was like, let's just me and you go. Let's just go handle this because we're not going to win because the governor in Woodbury outnumbers us. So remember, he was like, let's just go and let's just go kill him. And she was like, no, because out of respect for Rick, because she wanted to be a part of the crew, she was like, no, I don't want to do no renegade stuff because she had did that before and it pissed Rick off. So she was like, no. So I thought when he had got her away from the prison, I thought he was going to say, hey, let's go and let's go handle this because they ain't going to be able to handle it. We can get in, we can get out. We know the ins and outs of Woodbury. They don't. I don't know. I was just kind of waiting for that to happen, for him to go back to his original plan of wanting Michonne to go with him and go kill the governor. But it didn't happen anyway. So after she said we could just go back, he just kind of let her go. And he was like, I just got something to do. So there she is just standing on the road with her sword. And, that was kind of cool that he let her go. I don't know about you guys. I always like Merle. Merle comes on the screen and I'm just like grinning like, he's just funny. He's funny. I mean, he is mean, and he did do some horrible things under the governor's command, but he was still like, I could still see a good guy. Even from the beginning with the whole situation, him and T-Dog and the rooftop and all that stuff, I still was like, I kind of like this dude. I don't know if I should, but I do. So, yeah, this was very, very sad episode. Sad. So he goes on, and then he goes on and he finds him something to drink, and he's, playing the radio loud. He's going to call the zombies out, and he's slowly inching towards, where Rick and the governor were supposed to meet up to do the trade with Michonne, which we knew wasn't going to happen anyway. So we get there, and then, The zombies are let loose. All of a sudden, we got like Pocahontas looking dude coming out. I don't know where he came from, but he quickly got shot down and eaten by some zombies. We got a couple other people getting eaten by zombies. Merle taking them out. Merle's doing a good job. So they're going back and forth with they're shooting the zombies, and then they realize that they're being shot at. So, just when he had the governor, of course, Ben steps in the way. I'm glad Ben's gone, because who likes Ben? Who likes Alan? Nobody. Good. One down, one to go. Well, as far as Ben and Alan are concerned. Because Alan was there, because at first I thought Alan wasn't there, but he was there, and I'm like, okay, how is Alan going to react to his son being killed in the next episode? So he's gone, hopefully. Or he may be the new governor, but I don't think he's really, equipped to be that guy. So I'm predicting Alan's going to die. Maybe some other people, but definitely Alan. So, Merle's about to take out the governor again after he shoots Ben, and then he gets attacked by the zombie, and then he falls out of the, how convenient, he falls out of the little shed, and then they start beating him and kicking him. Then the governor, he's like, he's mine. He takes him back in, they're fighting, he's pushing his face, he bites off Merle's fingers, and, he just beats Merle to a pulp. I think Merle can fight better than that, and I don't think the governor can fight that good, but for this scene, I guess, the governor was a pugilist or something, I don't know. So, keep it moving. He shoots Merle in the chest. I noticed that when he shot the gun, because it went to commercial after that, but I was like, he didn't shoot him in the head. I was like, he shot him in the chest. And I keep forgetting that everybody's infected, so no matter what happens, whenever anybody dies, they turn. So I didn't even think about that. And then, of course, Daryl comes up on Michonne, and she just kind of, welcome back to the prison, and he's like, you killed my brother. And she's like, she kind of waits before she answers. She's like, nah, I ain't kill him. He let me go. So, Daryl keeps on going. So by the time Daryl gets there, it appears that everybody has cleared out. No Martinez, no Allen, no governor, just new dead bodies and zombies. So, okay, I'm sorry. I'm hearing stuff. Okay. So after that, he sees a zombie eating Ben, and the zombie looks up, and it's Merle. It's just like, oh, damn. Man, I was like, how could I forget that? Everybody turned, so he's chewing on Ben. It was just so sad, and you guys all know what happened. It was just so sad, see Merle like that, because Merle was such a, intense, lively, such a lively guy. Just to see him just zombified, it's just, so sad. We kind of needed Merle. If the governor came on the scene, we had somebody worse than Merle. And, and plus, you feel, everybody likes Daryl, and they didn't want to see Daryl go through that, but he did, and so he had to kill Merle. So sad. So I don't know what's gonna happen next week. Again, I don't watch the previews because I don't want to know. So let's hope. I don't know. I don't think the governor's gonna die. I don't know. But maybe he is. Maybe they're gonna wrap this up and we're gonna start anew with some other conflict or drama in the next season. I don't see them staying in the prison. That would be nice, but I don't know if they want to do the same setting. So it might just be all new again. No Woodbury, no prison, no nothing. I don't think they're going to clean it all up in one episode, but we'll see. That's why I think it's going to linger a little bit, and maybe they'll wrap it up in the next season. We'll see. So I don't know who's going to die, because Glen and I forget about Glen and Maggie. That was just the whole show, this whole situation with Merle and Michonne, that just took, I didn't even care about Glen and Maggie getting engaged. It just didn't even matter to me, and then it just didn't even matter, and now I'm thinking Glen's gonna die because he asked Maggie to marry him. So we'll see what happens with that. So we're gonna wrap this up next week, and I hope you enjoyed the episode, because I did, and talk to you later. Bye.